Welcome for a physics lesson. Today we are going to study the ticker timer. The ticker timer is an instrument which is used to calculate acceleration and therefore acceleration of a body. Therefore, there is usually a tape connected to a ticker timer such that the ticker timer as it runs, it makes dots on the tape such that considering the variation of the dots, then we can trace the motion of the body. For example, in this case, we have a ticker timer which made dots on a given tape such that we have the dots with an interval of 5, then the interval between a dot and another increases from A to E. And considering the behavior of the dots, then we can say this is an increasing velocity, or rather, the body is accelerating, because if in one interval it is making 5 centimeters, then as we continue, it starts making 15 centimeters. Then we can say there is some acceleration. The figure below shows a tape made from a ticker timer running at 50 Hz. So the frequency of the ticker timer is 50. Find part A, the time taken for one tick interval. When we are given frequency, it means frequency is the number of ticks made in 1 second. Therefore, we have 50 ticks or tick intervals in 1 second, which means we can get 1 tick. The time for 1 tick will be 1 times 1 out of 50. So the reciprocal of 50 will give us 0.02 seconds. 0.02 seconds. Therefore, the time taken for one interval, which in other words might be the periodic time, because we usually say that the periodic time t is alternative. The periodic time t is given by the reciprocal of frequency. Therefore, the reciprocal of 50 will give us the same answer. Part 2, we are finding the velocity between points A, B, and also the velocity between points D, E. Therefore, from one interval to the other is 0.2 seconds, and we have a distance of 5. Therefore, we can get the velocity between A, B, which will be given by the distance AB divided by the time taken, which will be 250 centimeters per second. 250 centimeters per second can also be expressed as 2.5 meters per second, because the centimeters can be converted to meters by dividing by 100. The other one is velocity between D and E. The distance between D and E is 15 centimeters, and because it is just one interval between D and E, we divide by the time for one tick, for one interval, which will be 15 divided by 0.02, and this gives us 750 centimeters per second, which can be 7.5 meters per second. 7.5 meters per second. And finally, we are being taught to find the acceleration of the body over the interval AE. Therefore, acceleration. Roman 3, acceleration. We can see the body is starting with a velocity of 250 centimeters per second, and it is ending with 750 centimeters per second. So what we need to determine here is the time taken for the acceleration, for the velocity to change from 250 to 750 centimeters per second. Therefore, the time taken will be here. What we count for us to get the time of change in velocity, we usually count the number of spaces here such that we have 1, 2, then we take a half here and a half here, such that we will have a half and a half plus these two complete spaces. We have 3 spaces. Therefore, time taken will be 3, and each tick is 0.2. So 0.06 seconds. So we count the complete spaces, which is 1, 2. Then between D and E, we take a half, and between A and B, we take a half. So that we will have 3 complete intervals. We multiply by the time for one interval, which is 0.02. That gives us 0.06. Now, with the time intervals, and we have the change in velocity, then we get acceleration by saying that acceleration is given by final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time taken. So 7.5 minus 2.5 out of 0.6. This gives us a 5 out of 0.6. So 5 divided by 0.06. This will give us 83.33 meters per second squared. 83.33 meters per second squared. In case we had used centimeters per second, then we would have gotten the acceleration as 8333. When we change this one to centimeters, 0.3 centimeters per second squared. Therefore, that is how we get acceleration using a ticker timer. Thank you for following. Subscribe to the channel and share the link.